Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for coming to Jay Lee's Corner. I am, of course, Jay Lee, and this is my review for Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta. But first things first, as always, y'all know what I love? New subscribers. So, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to my channel. You just hit the little subscribe button, and it just lets you know when I have new videos, and that's basically it. It doesn't cost you anything, but I love new subscribers, and y'all are going to love my videos. So, just go ahead and subscribe. So let me just get started with this growing up hip hop. I did not like this episode much at all. I barely took any notes, and while it was on, I was putting together some damn tray tables. It just was not interesting. I don't know if they're trying to save things for later or if the first couple of episodes was the most interesting parts, but it just did not catch my attention. I mean, I barely even know what really happened because it was that fucking boring. All I remember is what I'm gonna say, so that's all it's gonna be. So this is gonna be a quick video, maybe like 7 minutes at the most. Person by person, Zanique, who is coming to the conclusion that she wants to work with Miss Deb. So all she basically did was she had a conversation with Miss Deb and told Miss Deb, I want to work with you. She had a conversation with her mom, Tiny, and said, I don't want to work with you anymore. And that was basically it. She cried a couple of tears talking to Miss Deb, basically probably because she's just so emotional or whatever. I know when she was talking to, was it Bow Wow? Yeah, she was talking to Bow Wow about wanting Deb to be her manager. And even Bow Wow said, hey, Miss Deb is tough, so if you want to work with her, you got to have tough skin. Zanique was singing in the studio. She did sound good, good or whatever, but we shall see what comes of that. So, she did talk to Miss Deb. Miss Deb told her, basically, you're going to need to do a lot of work just because of who your parents are. And you have to really do the work and not depend on anyone else. This light is driving me crazy from my dining room, but whatever. But Miss Deb basically told her, yes, I'll help you get to where you need to be. Okay, cool. That was it. Brandon. I don't like him at all. He gets on my fucking nerves. But him meeting with his cousin's Ayana's girlfriend, I think her name was Amy or Azzy, the gay girl. And just basically saying that she turned the cousin Ayana out. How you know who turned her out? How you know she wasn't pussy pop before she met this chick? In my personal opinion, if you fucking somebody for 2 years and they don't meet your family, y'all just fucking. I mean, that's just what it is. You don't sleep with someone or even date someone for 2 years and no one meets them. I mean, in my personal opinion, that person is like, a person who doesn't really exist. Not meaning they're not real, but it just means you're not trying to have them meet your people and be involved in family events and have your family know them because you don't really want them to be known like that, or they don't want to be known like that. It just depends. I do it all the time because I've dated people before, and then once they get to know my family, and when we broke up, it's weird. People be like, "Oh, where's so and so?" Man, fuck so and so. We ain't together no more. So I've learned to just not bring anyone around, unless they're going to last, and no one's lasting right now. But yeah, so Ayana and that girl was just sleeping together, and the girl moved to Atlanta to be a part of the girl storyline. It's that simple. I'm not stupid, so they need to do better. But Brandon meeting with her and basically saying, my cousin loves you, but you don't, want to be with her, because you're, who cares? You don't even know that lady at all. So who are you to judge? Brandon, go sit down and shut up. I just can't stand you. Oh, I forgot. The continuation from last episode where Toya, Miss Deb, and Tiny were all talking. That was the worst produced scene I have ever seen in my life. The scene was so chopped up and cut up and cut and paste and mixed together. The conversation did not make sense. It was as if it was three people having three different conversations because none of it flowed. I'm like, I don't know if they was beefing, if they were having 3 separate conversations, if they were even talking to each other, because it was literally cut up to where Toya's saying something, then when Deb is replying, it's like a whole different conversation. I just, it was just, I don't think anything was even resolved. All they all kept saying was, I'm for my child and I'm about my child. They premiered it as if it was going to be this knockdown, drag out, argument conversation between mothers. And it was just incoherent babble. It was bullshit at the most. And I think I'm kind of pissed that I wasted an hour even attempting to watch this episode, because none of it made any fucking sense. Just not at all. And then for Brandon at the end to be like, oh, well, yeah, it's handled, but I still could have helped Lil Wayne with his career. You can't even help yourself with your own career. We don't know you, bruh. Like, it was just so aggravating. Then Reginae, who wants this extravagant 18th birthday party, which I get because she turned 18. So even when Toya did suggest to have a regular dinner, even I was like, she turned 18. I get if she wanted a dinner, then cool. But I mean, for 18, you supposed to kind of go all out. I had a ball for my 18th birthday party. I ain't gonna see, me and my friends was hanging out, and we had a ball. So, but I kind of did what I wanted to do. It was my mom saying, well, you can't do this. It was like, you have fun, you turn 18. But even, Reginae getting mad because her mama didn't want to throw an extravagant party and calling Tiny to complain. It's like they just looking for something to make an episode out of. And I don't know why. I don't know if in the middle of filming, things got boring and the interesting stuff is going to happen later. I don't know. What else happened? Oh, Bow Wow and his dad. I get Bow Wow fully, where, because sometimes when you have an absentee parent, for whether it's drugs, alcohol, or whatever the situation may be of them not being around, sometimes when they're ready to be around, you might not be here for it. So I get how he kind of doesn't want to deal with his father, but when they showed the scene of his dad, when the guy was like, oh, he going off on Instagram, all he said was Jermaine wasn't his daddy. I mean, I figured he was on Facebook or Instagram saying, fuck Bow Wow, he ain't shit. I mean, he gets a lot of biological parents feel like the person who helped raise their child isn't that child's parent. I still say, fuck you, you can't tell me who my parent is when you wasn't there. But, whatever. But, when Bow went and talked to his mom about it, and how his mom had kind of forgave the situation to be able to move on. Now when Miss Deb came to talk to him, I was like, they doing this just for show, because why? I just didn't get that whole part. Because then when she said, well, I haven't seen him for 10 years, but maybe you should see him, maybe you should talk to him, because you're a father now, you should know what it's like to, want to have a father around. Bow Wow is a grown man now, so my thing is, he don't need you, Miss Deb, telling him he should meet his father. That honestly should come from his mom or someone he's close with. So when he said, no, I don't want to meet him, I don't want to deal with it right now, you should have respected his wishes, as that's not what he wants to do right now. So when the episode ends with her meeting up with Bow's dad, I'm like, you foul as fuck. Because at the end of the day, you button your head into my own business. And I told you I didn't want to meet or talk to that man. So why don't you leave it be and let me be ready when I'm ready. So, as I said, the episode was boring. I really did not pay attention to most of it. I mean, I was listening and I wrote some notes, but I was like, I don't really care at all. So we shall see how the next episode goes. They did show previews for the rest of the season. The rest of the season does look interesting. I don't know what today was. It was some bullshit if you ask me. But that's my review for Growing Up Hip Hop. Hopefully next week it'll be a little bit better and I can get, into it a little bit more. But other than that, thanks so much for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Until next time, people. Peace.